Today is December 14th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today out of the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 10 to Employers. We'll be reading page 148. At the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 9. We'll be reading page 172. And of course, we'll read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. Hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. We've been given a brand new set of 24 hours yet again, and that is always an exciting thing. Clean slate, just another chance to do the next right thing. So with that, let's get to the good stuff. Out of the Big Book, we're on Chapter 10 to Employers. We'll be reading page 148. Your junior executive may not agree with the contents of our book. He need not and often should not show it to his alcoholic prospect. But at least he will understand the problem and will no longer be misled by ordinary promises. He'll be able to take a position with such a man which is eminently fair and square. He will have no further reason for covering up an alcoholic employee. It boils right down to this. No man should be fired just because he's alcoholic. If he wants to stop, he should be afforded a real chance. If he cannot or does not want to stop, he should be discharged. The exceptions are few. We think this method of approach will accomplish several things. It will permit the rehabilitation of good men. At the same time, you will feel no reluctance to rid yourself of those who cannot or will not stop. Alcoholism may be causing your organization considerable damage in its waste of time, men, and reputation. We hope our suggestions will help you plug up this sometimes serious leak. We think we are sensible when we urge that you stop this waste and give your worthwhile man a chance. The other day, an approach was made to the vice president of a large industrial concern. He remarked, "I'm mighty glad you fellows got over your drinking, but the policy of this company is not to interfere with the habits of our employees. If a man drinks so much that his job suffers, we fire him. I don't see how you can be of any help to us, for, as you see, we don't have any alcoholic problem. This same company spends millions for research every year. Their cost of production is figured to a fine decimal point. They have recreational facilities. There is company insurance. There's a real interest, both humanitarian and business, in the well-being of employees. But alcoholism, well, they just don't believe they have it." Out of the 12 and 12 are on Tradition 9. AA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. When Tradition 9 was first written, it said that Alcoholics Anonymous needs the least possible organization. In years since then, we have changed our minds about that. Today, we are able to say with assurance that Alcoholics Anonymous, AA as a whole, should never be organized at all. Then, in seeming contradiction, we proceed to create special service boards and committees which, in themselves, are organized. How then can we have an unorganized movement which can and does create a service organization for itself? Scanning this puzzler, people say, what do they mean, no organization? Well, let's see. Did anyone ever hear of a nation, a church, a political party, even a benevolent association that had no membership rules? Did anyone ever hear of a society which couldn't somehow discipline its members and enforce obedience to necessary rules and regulations? Doesn't nearly every society on earth give authority to some of its members to impose obedience upon the rest and to punish and expel offenders? Therefore, every nation, in fact, every form of society, has to be a government administered by human beings. Power to direct or govern is the essence of organization everywhere. 24 hours a day, December 14th. AA Thought for the Day. The way of AA is the way of service. Without that, it would not work. We have been on the wagon and hated it. We have taken the pledge and waited for the time to be up with impatience. We have tried in all manner of ways to help ourselves. But not until we begin to help other people do we get full relief. It is an axiom that the AA program has given away in order to be kept. A river flows into the Dead Sea and stops. A river flows into a clear pool and flows out again. We get and then we give. If we do not give, we do not keep. Have I given up all ideas of holding AA for myself alone? Meditation for the day. Try to see the life of the Spirit as a calm place, shut away from the turmoil of the world. Think of your spiritual home as a place full of peace, serenity, and contentment. Go to this quiet, meditative place for the strength to carry you through today's duties and problems. Keep coming back here for refreshment when you're weary of the hubbub of the outside world. From this quietness and communion comes our strength. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may keep this resting place where I can commune with God. I pray that I may find refreshment in meditation on the eternal. Daily Reflection, December 14th. Reaching out. Never talk down to an alcoholic from any moral or spiritual hilltop. Simply lay out the kit of spiritual tools for his inspection. Show him how they worked with you. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 95. When I come into contact with a newcomer, do I have a tendency to look at him from my perceived angle of success in AA? Do I compare him with a large number of acquaintances that I have made in the fellowship? Do I point out to him in a real magisterial way the voice of AA? What is my real attitude toward him? I must examine myself whenever I meet a newcomer to make sure that I'm carrying the message with simplicity, humility, and generosity. The one who still suffers from the terrible disease of alcoholism must find in me a friend who will allow him to get to know the AA way. Because I had such a friend when I arrived in AA. Today, it's my turn to hold out my hand with love to my sister or brother alcoholic and show her or him the way to happiness. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading, and I really like those last two readings, all about service, Service doesn't always have to be, sponsoring necessarily, although that's a wonderful thing, and I thank my higher power for my sponsor every day. But it can be as simple as sharing in a meeting, or showing somebody kindness in a meeting, or putting the coffee on, or helping to clean up after the meeting. For me, it's getting out of myself and trying to think about somebody else. Anytime somebody new comes in, it takes me right back to where I was. And I thank my higher power so much when newcomers come in, because one, it's clear that they want help. Tail tucked between their legs, just like I was. And two, it reminds me of how serious this disease is. And it reminds me to be of service to the newcomer. And it reminds me of the progress that my higher power has given me. It's not me. It's not. Lord, my own willpower has gotten me in a lot of trouble in life. But I really do thank God for the newcomer. And I desperately want to be of service. So with that, my friends, that's all we have time for today. I hope you have a great one. Please know, as always, I don't speak on behalf of AA or NA or Al-Anon, any other sect. I am just a friend in this lifeboat of recovery, just reading these books that mean a lot to me. I'm grateful you're here with me. If we're given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.